Hey guys, this is Amit and you are watching Tech Dad. In this video, we are going to compare between Poco M3 Pro versus Samsung Galaxy F41 and we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips and about the prices. In the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, M3 Pro have triple camera setup, 48 megapixel of wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. Whereas F41 comes with triple camera setup, 64 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera and 5 megapixel of depth sensor. So the winner here is F41 because it have better camera sensor. And about the front camera of the devices, the M3 Pro have 8 megapixel of wide camera, whereas F41 have 32 megapixel of wide camera. So the winner here is F41 because it have 32 megapixel of wide camera which can take low noisy photos in low light conditions. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. M3 Pro have dual LED flash HDR and panorama, whereas F41 have LED flash HDR and panorama. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have dual LED flash. And about the video recording options in the devices, the M3 Pro can shoot Full HD video max at 30 fps and F41 can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps. Full HD video max at 30 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization. So the winner here is F41 because it can record in 4K and it have gyro electronic image stabilization. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. M3 Pro have Android 11 support, whereas F41 also have Android 11 support. So it's a tie. And about the user interface of the devices, M3 Pro have MIUI, whereas F41 have one UI. So it's a tie because both of the interface have different UI. So it's up to you which UI you like it or not. It's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. M3 Pro is powered by Dimensity 700 5G based on 7nm processor, whereas F41 is powered by Exynos 9611 based on 12nm processor. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have higher processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, M3 Pro is packed with Mali G57, whereas F41 is packed with Mali G72. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it can give you more FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. M3 Pro can clock at 2.2 GHz based on octa-core Creo chipset, whereas F41 can clock at 2.3 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset. So the winner here is F41 because it have faster clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, M3 Pro have two variants, 4 and 6 GB, whereas F41 have only one variant, 6 GB. So clearly the winner here is M3 Pro because it have high speed of RAM and it have multi RAM options. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. M3 Pro comes with two storage options, 64 and 128, whereas F41 have two storage options, 64 and 128. So again, the winner here is M3 Pro because it have faster read and write speed. And about the external storage of the devices, M3 Pro have dedicated card slot, whereas F41 also have dedicated card slot. So it's a tie. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the display size of the devices. M3 Pro have 6.5 inches of display, whereas F41 have 6.4 inches of display. So it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately the same display size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, M3 Pro have 83.7%, whereas F41 have 84.1%. So again, it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately the same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. M3 Pro comes with Full HD Plus display, in the other hand F41 have Full HD Plus display too. So it's a tie here. And about the display type of the devices, M3 Pro have IPS LCD display having 90 Hz of refresh rate, whereas F41 have Super AMOLED display. So the winner here is M3 Pro because 90 Hz of refresh rate can give you high frame rate in games. Moving to the body features of the devices. Let's start with the thickness of the devices. M3 Pro have 8.9 mm of thickness, whereas F41 have 8.9 mm of thickness. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same thickness. Talking about the weight of the devices, M3 Pro comes with 190 grams of weight, whereas F41 have 191 grams of weight. So it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately the same body weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, M3 Pro have Gorilla Glass 3, whereas F41 have Gorilla Glass 3. So it's a tie because both of the devices can give you same protection. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. M3 Pro have plastic back with plastic frame, whereas F41 have plastic back with plastic frame. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie. Moving to some of the most important features of the devices. Let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. M3 Pro have side mounted fingerprint scanner. In the other side, F41 have rear mounted fingerprint scanner. So it's your call which side you prefer, it's up to you. And about the sensors in the devices, M3 Pro have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, and F41 have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass. So it's a tie here. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. M3 Pro have 5000 mAh of battery capacity, whereas F41 have 6000 mAh of battery capacity. So clearly the winner here is F41 because it have massive battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. M3 Pro have 18 watts of fast charging, whereas F41 have 15 watts of fast charging. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it can charge up your device faster. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. M3 Pro comes with normal speakers, whereas F41 also have normal speakers. So it's a tie here. And about the headphone jack of the devices, M3 Pro have 3.5mm of headphone jack, whereas F41 also have. So it's a tie. Moving to the communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both of the devices comes with Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot. So it's a tie. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, M3 Pro have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth, whereas F41 have 5th generation of Bluetooth. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have newer generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices. M3 Pro have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS. In the other side, F41 also have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS. So it's a tie. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, M3 Pro comes with 2nd gen of Type-C connector, whereas F41 also have 2nd gen of Type-C connector. So again, it's a tie. Moving to the prices of the devices. In the international market, M3 Pro is around $180 US, whereas F41 is available from $200 US. In the Indian market, M3 have starting range from 16,000 rupees, whereas F41 is available from 16,500 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera, the winner is F41. In the performance, the winner is M3 Pro. In the display, the winner is M3 Pro. In the body segment, it's a tie. In the features of the device, it's a tie. In the communication chips, it's a tie. And about the prices, the winner is M3 Pro. So the decision is totally yours, which device you like the most so far, and let me know in the comment below what do you think, which device is better for you. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what's your thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.